The $14 billion Big Dig project has been plagued with problems. It's behind schedule, over budget, and now project managers have another headache. And this one comes with a hangover.
Chicken.
Lunchtime in downtown Boston.
Cheeseburger for me.
Caesar salad with a grilled chicken on top.
This is what most of us are having. But look what's on the menu for some Big Dig workers. At the Blue Diner, Big Dig workers belly up to the bar for a liquid lunch. Our hidden camera showed this iron worker chug 6 beers. Another worker pounced them back. 1, 2, 3, 9 beers? In an hour and 20 minutes, this supervisor also had 9 beers and nothing to eat. That's not happy hour, that's their lunch. We saw Big Dig workers from these work sites go into bars and restaurants at high noon and order up alcohol. Throughout the summer, Fox Undercover caught them on hidden cameras. On this day, the supervisor wearing a bandana downs 9 beers.
Okay, go.
Then he goes back to work. He even agrees to give us a tour of his work site underground. Down here, the same workers who just had several beers are using heavy equipment and moving tons of concrete and steel.
It's a very dangerous job. If you have a couple of drinks, all that's going to do is impair its situation. You might endanger somebody else, you could endanger yourself.
This Big Dig worker agreed to talk to us about the drinking if we protected his identity. Are they going back to work intoxicated?
Yeah, the guy comes back and he seems a little tipsy, you just stay away from him. Stay away from whatever he's doing.
Let's say one of those workers who had 9 beers got behind the wheel of a car. Under the law, he'd be way over the limit. He'd be legally intoxicated. And that makes this mom angry.
You wouldn't have a chance to get away from something like that.
Last year, a drunk construction worker on another project got behind the wheel of his dump truck and killed Dorothy Hughes' daughter Betsy and her boyfriend.
They said that they had died because a person that had been drinking drove a truck and killed them.
And Hughes is afraid it could happen again. We showed our undercover video to the Big Dig project manager, Michael Lewis. Some of these men appear to be working under the influence. Is that safe?
I certainly wouldn't think so, no. No. There should be a zero tolerance for that kind of activity. It's for their own safety and for the safety of others.
The Big Dig has a zero tolerance policy about alcohol and drugs. But look again. Some workers are ignoring that policy.
Well, I think you're trying to give a black eye to the industry.
Joe Nigro speaks for the Big Dig workers.
There are over 4,000 men and women who go to work every day. Most of them take a brown bag with them, a jug of coffee. They go and do their job for 8 hours.
And he says most of them are not breaking for booze. But we found dozens of workers are drinking at lunch. At Wedgie's Pub, this worker eats a cup of soup and washes it down with 3 beers. A little later, he's directing a steel beam near South Station. And when other workers return to the job, they walk right past their bosses in the Big Dig's main office. How come that is allowed to continue?
Well, I think, first of all, project staff doesn't go into bars looking for what the contractors are doing.
So it makes you wonder, if they're drinking, are you worried about the quality of their work?
Yes, I am. It really makes me nervous.
If there are people that are working on this job that are impaired, that's unacceptable for that fact. That doesn't relate necessarily to any quality of work problems.
The quality of their work is a road Lewis doesn't want to go down. But it's a road one day the rest of us will have to travel. Big Dig managers say they're investigating what we found. They also say they've reminded workers of their alcohol policy in writing and met with contractors. And since we told them about our story, Big Dig officials say they've been doing spot checks at bars and restaurants. But late this week, when Fox Undercover looked again, we still found Big Dig workers at the bar. I'm Deborah Sherman for Fox Undercover.